Hey guys, it's Zenith Darksky here, and I've decided to do kind of a follow-up video on my biggest competitive game, next big competitive game video, talking about Bleeding Edge. In this video, I'm gonna tell you why I think Bleeding Edge will succeed. Now, it was brought up to me in a comment. He didn't necessarily bring it up the way he was phrasing the question and stuff like that. I realized I didn't really expand on why I think Bleeding Edge will succeed. And I want you guys to know why I think it is, what kind of experience I have with games and stuff like that, so that you know that I at least know a little bit of what I'm talking about. So, I'm 23. I've been playing games since 2 or 3 years old. So 20 plus years of gaming, because this year I'm turning 24. So, I've been playing video games for a long time, and not all of that time has been spent on competitive games or online games, PC games, or anything like that. I'd say the minority of my time has been spent on those. Most of my time as a kid was spent on, vast other things like game consoles, handheld games, a lot of Pokemon and stuff like that. But I know a little bit about when a game's gonna succeed. I would like to. I didn't make a video about it, but I would like to cite. And friends that I have that watch me can probably tell me in the comments, say something in the comments if they feel like supporting it or whatnot. If they don't, then that's fine. But I have certain friends out there who I said before Fortnite got big, way before it was big, as the Battle Royale wasn't even announced, when I was playing Save the World, and then they released the Battle Royale in early access for like a week before it came out to the public for free. So if you had the game for a week before it came out, or before the Battle Royale came out, you got to play like a week basically of the Battle Royale mode before anyone else saw it or anything like that. I told several people, dude, this game is the next big game, I promise. Now, I've been wrong about that before, but I was right with Fortnite. But I have been wrong about that before, I'm not gonna lie. I like Unreal Tournament. I wish Unreal Tournament would succeed right now, but because of Fortnite's success, it's kind of died, basically. And if you've been a long time follower of the channel, you know that I'm a big fan of Unreal Tournament and wanted it to succeed. I did several videos on it. Then Paragon, an epic MOBA, I really liked, and it was really good, but then they released some updates that kind of killed the game off. Then Fortnite's success, and yeah, they canceled the game and released the assets out to the public so that you could fuck around with it on the Unreal Engine if that's what you wanted to do. Now we're gonna move on to that's to discredit me a little bit and to credit me as well. If I knew Fortnite would succeed, these two games I wanted to succeed. I didn't really think they would per se, but I wanted them to, so I kind of advocated for them a little bit personally amongst my friends and stuff. And a lot of them were like, okay, yeah, cool, but obviously those games didn't succeed. So, I've been right and wrong about certain things. So I'm not saying that I'm 100% right. I'm not a business analyst or anything like that. So there's no way for me to 100% no, like definitely, absolutely, for sure, know that a game will succeed. But then again, there's no way anyone knows. Everyone thought Apex would succeed, Apex Legends, and it does good. It is succeeding, and it did succeed in its first month, but it's dying down drastically. Do I think it'll die? No, not yet. But you see where I'm going with this. So why do I think Bleeding Edge will be big? Well, let's start off with the gameplay. MOBA-esque gameplay mixed with some team shooter gameplay, so you could pick your heroes and stuff like that. It's a smaller team and stuff. But it's a MOBA, it plays like a MOBA. The combat plays like a MOBA. It's not top-down or anything. It plays kind of like Smite. There are skill shots. You see a blue little highlighted area of where this shot's going to come up, or a blue circle of where this shot's going to come up. It's got that MOBA-esque gameplay. That's what I mean when I talk about MOBA-esque. It's got skill shots and whatnot. It's a third-person game, and, you've got health and stuff like that. If I remember right, I don't believe you level up per match. I think you just can unlock other abilities and stuff like that as your profile levels up. I'm not sure, don't hold me to that. I'm not 100% sure. While it has that MOBA gameplay, and some would say that that's more for a more hardcore fan base, it's for a more niche fan base. It's not. This game specifically is not, and I'll tell you why. even though it has that MOBA gameplay, that team shooter gameplay, it doesn't have the hardcore elements. While I don't know how high the skill cap is for Bleeding Edge. I know how easy it is to get into. It's very easy to pick up for casual players. No minions, no CSing, no towers or anything like that. No lanes. It's all the fun aspects of a MOBA without the hardcore aspects, and it's skill see, there's skill capped for the, you know, how high you can get. The skill level, I don't know, you know what I mean, the entry skill level basically is super casual, super open. It's an easy game to pick up, easy game to learn, but the skill cap could be pretty high because of landing skill shots and knowing 100% your character's abilities and loading them out right and stuff like that. Customization is a big thing in this game as well. A lot of people like customization, and one of the things our commenter brought up, and I'll bring up his comment just to be sure, and also you're going to see the comment here as well in the video. I'll put it right here somewhere as I read it, but I'm about to read it right here. Okay, so the original comment to the video from I guess that would be pronounced Blacklick, I don't know. The original comment is, how can you claim it's going to be big when barely anyone knows about it? Okay, how can I claim it's going to be big when anyone knows about it? I'll answer that. Well, I'm answering that with this video. But he did bring up down here, I don't think they're marketing the game enough. Okay, fair. They don't have a YouTube channel. Fair. They need to put out more info on the game because it's 2 months. Like, how is it monetized, or will it have ranked? It will most likely have ranked. I don't know that for sure. I'm not a dev. But I believe I've read things before reading about the game that it's going to have ranked. I'm not positive. Don't hold me to that. That's not a fact for sure. You know, that's a maybe. But how is it monetized? We know how the game's going to be monetized. There are skins and stuff in the game. It's not free to play. It is if you have Game Pass, but it's a $30 game, or it's free with Game Pass. So, how is it going to be monetized? One, you have to buy the game. It's not 100% free to play game. You have to buy the game in some way. You have to pay for Game Pass, or you have to buy the game. It's also got skins. So, 100% you know they're going to put a microtransaction in it for, you know, an in-game currency, most likely. I'm not sure, but most likely they probably will, and they'll have skins come out and stuff, and probably a battle pass as well, or some form of that. They might not even do battle pass. They might just have skins that you can unlock, and then skins that come out that you can buy. We don't know. You're 100% right. We don't know 100% how it's monetized, but we do know a rough idea of how it's going to be monetized. You have to buy the game, and it might have microtransactions, probably. Not even probably. Almost definitely. I'm just not sure 100% on it. There's that, and like I said, opens up for more casual players. Now, the marketing question. It's not being marketed. I understand how it doesn't seem like it's being marketed quite yet, but you have to understand, the E3 buzz surrounding any video game is always going to help that game succeed in some way, whether it's minor or not. Then something I also brought up here in the comment replying to Blacklick, whatever. I'll read you the comment. I don't think that's absolutely true, because he said, how can you claim when barely anyone knows about it? I don't think that's absolutely true. A lot of people who know Ninja Theory and know Theory, they know about the game just for that reason alone. The fact, you know, that's one of the selling points to the game by itself. It's Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory's made Hellblade and, you know, a few other things, or a couple of other things. And they've made really good games so far. That's, you know, that right there kind of grabs your attention, because you're like, oh crap, so these guys are making a multiplayer game, competitive multiplayer game. Is it gonna be good? You know, so people are watching it for that reason. Then on top of that, the E3 Xbox conference, at least a couple 100,000 people have seen the E3 Xbox conference, if not just the trailers from it. And I know for sure the E3 trailer, when you go look up the trailer itself for Bleeding Edge, has like 240,000 views as of making this video. If only half of those people understand, this is new IP, by the way, new intellectual property. This is not an old game. If a new Call of Duty came out and sold only half of those views, which is 120,000, then yeah, Call of Duty probably failed. If a new IP comes out and sells 120,000, that's not a bad start. It's not a million by any means. It's not a million. It's not several million, but that's not a bad start, especially for a $30 game. The budget probably wasn't so high on the game. That's not a bad start. That right there will make the game succeed technically. On a small scale, for a new IP, it will make the game succeed. Now that doesn't mean the game will be massively successful like Fortnite, but those numbers alone will make the game succeed. Now, if they keep up updates and stuff like that, that will certainly help out as well. But see, those 100,000 people play it, and say 50,000 of them like it. They're going to tell their friends and stuff like that, and their friends might play it and stuff too. Word of mouth is a good marketing. But then on top of that, Twitch is a massive, massive way to market your game nowadays. Apex Legends, when it came out, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, cool." Don't get me wrong, it had some buzz around it. It's a respawn game, everything like that. They didn't make Titanfall just to make this game. That's 100% understandable that there was already hype around that game a little bit, but then when it dropped, they paid Ninja and they paid all these other streamers to play the game, and they still continuously pay them once in a while to play Apex Legends. Twitch is a huge marketing tool nowadays, besides the fact that it's an entertainment medium. But you're right, they haven't marketed a whole lot, but they can still do that when the game releases, a week before it releases, a month before it releases. The beta is going to come out. The beta is going to have the NDA taken off of it, lifted. The NDA is going to be lifted on the beta. So what does that mean? Well, people are going to be putting out the gameplay. People are going to be streaming it. I certainly will be streaming it and putting out gameplay of Bleeding Edge. So you can look at this channel right here for that content in the future, by the way. Just saying. That's a huge boost by itself. The beta coming out, people playing it, people liking it, people understanding it, some people playing it and maybe donating to Summit, Shroud, Ninja, or Ninja Theory themselves paying these streamers to play these games. That right there is enough marketing to sell a game, whether they didn't market at all. They could never have said anything about the game, dropped it as a surprise one day, and paid two of the biggest Twitch streamers to play it. That right there is enough to make a game succeed if it's a good enough game, and if that streamer does well enough at selling it. Back to Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory, this is their, to my knowledge, I didn't research it, Ninja Theory's first competitive multiplayer game to compete with all these other MOBAs and Overwatch and stuff like that. Overwatch is dying anyways. That alone will build hype around the idea as well, once people realize, oh shit, like, once the more hardcore fans like me who are like, oh wait, Ninja Theory, okay, so that's this company, holy shit, that's, they're making this type of game. Also, I have to state how good the gameplay and the mechanics are so far just from the alpha. The game was so smooth, and I'm not going to hit on it very long because I have in previous videos, but the gameplay was so smooth just for an alpha. Everything worked just about the way it felt like it should for an alpha. Obviously, it's alpha. There are going to be things fixed that might cause certain things to mess up a little bit here and there and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. We have no evidence so that it will make anything fail or anything like that, or anything have a problem. So the gameplay alone is good enough to me to sell the game, but I tried the game, so people have to try the game. So back to the marketing thing, you have to get people to try the game, and like he said, they haven't marketed it super well yet, but they still have time and they can. If even half the people watch the trailer, play it, then it's already succeeded. I have to reiterate that point. I want to reiterate that point because that's 100,000 people at least. If 100,000 people play a game and they play it for a long time and they continue to play it, not saying that they will, that's enough. That's enough to make a small IP succeed. And I'm sure that's all Ninja Theory is looking for. Now, they might want it to blow up and stuff like that. Everybody wants their game to blow up. Every developer does. But I don't think they're aiming for that. They're just aiming for moderate success at least. And that's no hard feat for them to achieve. It's at a $30 price point, by the way. It's not a full price game. It's at a $30 price point. Not $60. $30, I believe. It's a $30 price point. I'm going to double check here. Okay, so for sure Bleeding Edge is going to be a $30 price point, for sure. And it's also going to be on Game Pass. And while I was looking that up, I found a new article. This article says is talking about the influence of Game Pass on this game. When they were building the game, it's going to launch on Game Pass and out on Steam and Windows 10 and Xbox One as well. It's launching on Game Pass too. It's not coming to Game Pass, it's launching on Game Pass. So that alone gives it kind of that free sense, even though it's not free to play. Like I already said it's on Game Pass, but people there's already plenty of people that pay for Game Pass. I pay for Game Pass. A lot of people pay for Game Pass. A lot of people use it. That opens up this huge market of people that play Game Pass, that see this game pop up on the recently added list on Game Pass. So they're going to see this game recently added, and they're going to be like, what is this? And they're going to try it out. They're going to talk to their friends about it. They're going to try it out. That will market it as well. And then on top of that, they talk about here, and I'm going to quote, the creative director was breaking down aspects of the game development. She thinks that the game being offered as a continuous title on Game Pass means you have to think about new players more than if Bleeding Edge were only available in the traditional market, because newbies will potentially be cycling in and out of rotation through its lifetime with more frequency. So exactly, new people are going to come check out the game. They might like it, they might not, they might leave. But you have to market the game a little bit toward newer players for it, which is a good idea, which will help it sell as well. So they say if you've come to the game through Game Pass and maybe you don't know so much about this genre, maybe it can be a little harder to get into the game, maybe they don't know all the buttons, maybe they don't know how the game modes work. So they're trying to focus on that, make sure there's a nice ramp for new players coming to the game. And there was. The tutorial was amazing at teaching me how the game works and everything like that, and you have to go through the tutorial at first. So it has an answer for that. They have an answer for that, but also, like I said, going back to it, the game's $30. Game Pass, it's going to be free on Game Pass. That is good enough to sell it in its own right, because people are going to be like, okay, yeah, $30, it's not a full $60. Yeah, I'll pay for it. Or free on Game Pass, I don't even have to pay for it. I'm just paying for Game Pass already. Yeah, fine. Yeah, 100%, I'll go for it. Going back to the gameplay mechanics, I did use the phrase perfect storm, and it could have a perfect storm. The MOBA mechanics, how popular MOBAs are, but also appealing to casual audience. Like I said, I just want to reiterate that just because I like how I put that. Could potentially be a perfect storm for this game. Also, I just want to say I do appreciate opinions and comments and stuff like that and feedback. I don't take this stuff negative at all. You guys have your own opinions and stuff, and I respect that. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of answer some of that stuff before I get more attention about that, more attention to that, I guess. The PC, it's going to release on PC alongside Xbox, and I'm sure since some Xbox games tend to support mouse and keyboard and stuff like that, from what I know, because you could play mouse and keyboard on Call of Duty Modern Warfare and everything. The PC release is going to promote more skilled players, so it's going to promote a more competitive nature, at least on PC, if not Xbox as well. And the game may be cross-platform. I don't know about that. Don't hold me to that. Like I said, some of my research is a little lacking, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't need full research to know that, to think I know at least, that this game is going to succeed because of that PC release. Just because of that PC release, promoting skilled players to come to it. People that might not be so good at League, that play Smite, but Smite doesn't get updated so much because high res is high res. So people that play Smite might be like, I'm kind of sick of Smite. It's not getting updates as frequently as I'd like, even though it doesn't get updates. I know about the game. I know it gets updates. It just doesn't get updates as frequently as a lot of other games. Ninja Theory could pick up on that and be like, hey, you like Smite? Come play this game. You don't have to do all the CSing and stuff like that, the minions and all the crowd control and everything like that. You're fighting with your team versus this team, and that's it. Sometimes there are objective modes. So the being free on Game Pass opens it up to more players, especially more casual players or younger players, even kids that don't have the money to pay for these games, so they get their parents to pay for Game Pass, and it's just. There's a bunch of things that could make this game the perfect storm to succeed. And I understand barely anyone knows about it. I understand that right now, compared to a lot of AAA games and stuff like that, barely anyone does know about it. You're right. But I think with all these things combined, all the marketing and everything combined, the gameplay mechanics, everything like that, I think the game's going to succeed. I may have made the mistake of saying I know. I don't actually remember if I said I know that it will, but if I did, all I mean by that is, in my heart, I feel like it will be, a great game, and it has the potential for a great game, 100%. And I know this was kind of a longer video. I apologize for that, but that's just. I just wanted to get my full explanation on why I think Bleeding Edge will succeed. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed the last one. If you don't know what I'm talking about in this one, there's another video on my page. And that video is called The Next Big Competitive Game, Bleeding Edge. And I want you guys to go check out that video if you haven't, so that you understand what I'm saying. Maybe you already know about the game, didn't need to watch the other video. That's fine too. But remember to like this video if you like the, my response to the feedback and everything like that. And if you like, if you agree, leave a like, especially if you agree that you think this game has the potential. Maybe not that it will, but has the potential to succeed. I guess that's more what I mean. This game might not succeed. It has the potential to succeed. Leave a comment below on your response to any of my feedback, any of my reasoning or anything like that, because that's greatly appreciated on the channel. I love that stuff. Be sure to share the video around so that we can get a little attention for Bleeding Edge and me by proxy and everything like that. And be sure to subscribe so that you can get notifications when those videos start going live for Bleeding Edge. And also remember to go follow me over on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Zenith Darksky, just like the YouTube name, except one word, no caps. Because I'm going to be playing that game definitely on there. Right now we're playing Witcher 3 though on my channel. So come check that out sometime. And remember, if you have feedback or something like that and you don't want a delayed response on YouTube, maybe come over there and hit me in my chat. I love discussing and debating things on my channel. 100%. I love to do that. So anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.